kids, Leo here with Paleo Magazine. So this video we're going to show you where you need to smash for a better squat. So this is a little trigger point therapy ball, but you can buy a lacrosse ball on Amazon for like $5 and will accomplish the same thing. Anything with a hard core inside of it, so no tennis balls and no racket balls. Not something this size. So first spot you're going to hit is your QL. Muscle in your lower back runs from your bottom of your thoracic and your ribs down to the pelvis here, and it's going to be about an inch and a half over from your spine. So you can take this ball and place it right there, and what you want to do is press your back into it. You'll know when you're on the spot because it's gonna be that kind of, to me, the good kind of pain. Hurts really good, and you can just press into it. Make sure you breathe, and spend about 2 minutes each side. So once you're done with that, put it under the other side. Switch legs. You want your knee bent because that's a little more conducive to pressing your back down into it, and just smash away. You can work up and down the tissue. It's a long muscle. Find all those trigger points. There's about 3 of them. Next, we're going to hit the piriformis and some of these hip rotators here, and you just kind of work around till you find the spot. And again, make sure it's soft tissue. Make sure you're not running into the head of your femur. Make sure you're not on bone, and make sure you're not on nerve. There's all that kind of stuff back there. So remember, if it feels painful to pressure, you're on the right spot. If it's soft tissue, so just work on that. Maybe try a little bit of this. That's the good stuff. Make sure you can breathe. If you can't breathe, that means you're inflicting too much pain upon yourself. So the last spot we're going to hit is where the iliacus ties in here in the front of your hip. So that's kind of like right next to the hip joint. It's a bit of an elusive spot. You'll want to search around for it and lay down on that. And when you find it, oh, there it is, okay. And then you just kind of move around and smash on that. So what we're trying to get with all this stuff is better hip rotation in your squat, a little more opening here, so that you'll be able to get into this position really well. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how to floss out the back of that hip capsule, and then some stretches we can do. And on to the next one. Hey guys, this is video 2, Leo here with Paleo Magazine. And we're going to talk about how to open up the actual hip capsule to get a little more rotation, a little more flexion, extension in the hip. And this one's a little tricky. You start by getting down on all fours, and we're going to work on the right side here. So I'm going to swing both feet over to the left. I'm going to bring the right leg back here. You can even drop it into the ankle like that. And what you want to do then is shift to the side, and you're going to feel some pressure here. And what we're trying to do is put all our weight on this knee, so we force this back. And then we can kind of grind on that a little bit, do like little movements, little circles, go forward and back, right? And we're trying to just open up that capsule, force it open a little bit, get a little bit more room in there. And after you spend about a minute or 2 doing this, you'll notice it'll start to loosen up a little bit. At that point, what we do is lift that leg up, and we're going to swing this foot around to the other side. Now we're going to drop inward medially. So the other one we're dropping out, now we're dropping in. And then you want to pull the knee a little bit closer to you like this, go a little bit more into hip flexion, and then same thing, all the weight on there, and we want to just work on that, kind of grind that out. And where you want to feel this mobilization is right in here on the inside. So the other one we felt out here, this one we're feeling on the inside of the capsule, and work on it like that. You can also use a post or something like this, or even a heavy kettlebell to block your foot to get a little bit more into that rotation here. Same thing goes for this one, so we can get into that by blocking that off a little bit as well, and get some more movement in there. And this is kind of progressive, so the more you do it, the more it should open up and the more rotation you should get in there. And of course, after that, you want to retest your squat, and you'll notice that this feels a lot looser, a lot more open, you got a lot more freedom of movement in there, and that's what you're looking for. So video number 3, look for it. We're gonna talk about some stretches we're gonna do. Hey guys, this is Leo here with Paleo Magazine, part 3 of squat mobility. We're gonna show you some stretches that you can do to get down into your squat a little better. So the first one is the assisted grok squat. So what we're looking for is to actually get you into the bottom of your squat. So you may be having some trouble with this, you know, like falling back as you're coming down and all this. So what we're gonna do is grab on a post like this, anything that's sturdy will work, and get down into the bottom of your squat with that. And notice my feet are straight, about hip width apart. This is an ideal to shoot for as you do this, but you can always start by having your feet out a little bit, toes pointed out, to get some more room in the ankles to work in this position. Go side to side and really try to open up the ankles and press the forefoot down while keeping the heel down. Stretch out the Achilles and all that good stuff there, and start working slowly into a more straight foot position like that. Start going in and out of your squat like this. And then if we go over here, this is a classic downward dog that they do in yoga. And what you want to look for is first getting into it, you want to keep a nice and flat back. Bend the knees a little bit until you set your hip positions. You want the elbows nice and blocked out, nice flat back. Then start pushing your heels down. If your feet are pretty close, it's really easy to push your heels down. If your feet are further back, it's harder. Find where it's challenging and work on that. Do like one at a time, go side to side like that. Then from there, we can drop into our mountain climber stretch. Make sure your knee is outside of your shoulder and your foot's outside of your hand. Don't do this one. Go here, push that knee out a little bit. Same thing as with the squat. You're trying to work on some of those tighter corners, and then try to straighten your back leg as you do this. Drop that hip down. You can even drop back in your downward dog. Do the other side like that, right? And then you can put it all together. Walk back into your squat. Walk into here, like that. Try to open things up. And with this combination of stuff, you're looking to improve that bottom position of your squat so that you're able to go in and out of that really easily. So I hope these tips help, and keep working on them until you get better at your squat, and then just bring it back to maintenance mode and do them once in a while. See you guys next time.